Hey everybody, welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always glad to be here on Mondays. And man, what a Monday it looks like it's going to be. Is this a good start to the week? Well, we don't know. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the chat with VV Nation and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Hopefully you all had a good weekend this weekend. Hold on, Joey. Let me close out of my email. Mouse. I'll close it. Close. Ooh, I don't want to close all the windows. I need to close out of my email. All right, closing it. Good. So we can get it out of the way. So, man, today's starting off just off the hooks, off the rails good. As you look, all of the major indices are up today. All of the major indices are up. What do? Well, let's look at it this way. How many of you think that this is a real bounce in the market and is getting ready to go up? Push a one in the room, a type of one. How many of you think that this is a bull trap, type of two in the room? All right. If you think that this is a real rebound and the market is poised to move up because it's oversold, type of one. How many of you feel that this is just a bull trap, type A2? Type A2. I'm very curious to see what you think. Personally, I'm on the side of two, that this is a bull trap because still everything in the market is still bearish right now. Asif says, Glenn, good video Friday on the day trade. Oh, man, that was good. That came from a customer, came from one of our subs that said one of our weekly presentations talked about timing your entry points. And someone said, why can't we do this for day trading? And I took that idea and I made that into a video. That was the Friday video. I'm thinking I might have to do a follow-up. Joey, do you think I should do a follow-up looking at other ways to get in from a day trade perspective? Yes or no, Joey?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good information there.
Do you think I should do another one to show another technique to get in from a day trade perspective?
Yep.
All right. That might be tomorrow's video. I'm thinking about that. That might be tomorrow's video where I show another technique to get in on timing your day trade. So dead cat bouncing all over the place, says Bruce. I'm thinking the same thing, but you never know. Why? Because the market is totally oversold. And even our indicators still show us that the market is still looking for a bottom. If it's a bottom, we're going to get into it. So if you're interested about knowing what's going on today, we're going to get into it. As a matter of fact, we're going to do it right now. Let's get into the VectorVest software. And from here, here's all of the major indices today. All right. Sorry about that, Joey. I just didn't know where it was. All of the major indices are up today. Looking at the Qs, the Russell, the Spiders, the Dow, everything is up. Now, let's take this a step further and let's go take a look at what's going on behind the scenes from a market timing perspective. Not just because one day doesn't make a trend. One day doesn't make a trend. Let's go to the graphs tab. Here's our market timing graph. And I'm going to show you several different ways to look at market timing from where we are right now. Let's start with a 3-month graph. I've got one quick trend line, more recent trend line stemming from August. Connecting the highs. Even with today's bounce right here, Joey taught me a trick so I don't have to move out of the way. Even with today's nice upward move, where are we? Below the trend line. All right. And this is looking at, again, the August high. All right. Back in August high, every time we've done a relief to that trend line, we broke through this trend line here, but still hit significantly lower lows. Here's another rebound to the trend line. And now we got another rebound to the trend line. This is why I think that this is a dead cat bounce. Well, this is short term. Let's put this on a 6-month graph. All right, let's put it on a 1-year graph. Here's the November high. All right, here's the November high doing the same thing, connecting the highs. Boom, stop there. Relief, not even to the highs. Relief, nicely to the highs. Relief, nowhere near the highs. Relief broke through the highs twice. So the bulls are really still trying to garner some strength, but with rising inflation, rising interest rates, the bulls still have control. Broke through here, down, here's the longer term since November, and still lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. All right, for those longer term people, let's look at the death cross, which is the 50-day moving average depicted by this green line, crossing below the 200-day moving average, which is the red line. Boom, that happened back here in January of this year, and we're still there. So there's nothing that tells me right now that this market has the legs to keep moving higher and that this could be just a short relief rally. Now, if that's not the case, let's go put this on a 5-year. I'm going to show you another line. Let's go to end of day 5 years. I'm going to show you another line. Here was the pandemic, right here, right? Here was the pandemic high, all right? When we really started moving out of here, we broke through that level of support on the VectorVest composite, which is 52.39. We broke through before we took off. Well, where are we? We're back in the pandemic level. And a lot of you, I've asked on more than one occasion, do you think that we get down to pandemic lows? I'm going to ask again. How many of you think that we get back down to pandemic lows that were back in March of 2020? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you don't think that we go as low as pandemic lows? Type of 2 in the room. So with all of the bad news that's in the market, the way I showed you a couple of different trend lines, how many of you think that we get and you know something? If we get the pandemic lows, folks, that's bad business for the market. That is really bad business for the market. But why did you type, Nicholas, what's a 3 for? What's a 3 for? All right, but a lot of people thinking that we're going to get down to pandemic lows. All right, so all of these things, that was another line that's a level of support now serving as a current level of resistance from where we are right now. This, from a market timing perspective, is what's going on. Now, on Mondays, more so than on Wednesdays and Thursdays on our live stream, I'm going to do a little deeper dive into market timing. From a market timing perspective, confirmed calls, the slowest, most conservative call we have. We're still in a down call and have been since August 26th of 2022. That was our last slow down call. All right, let me put this in a 3-month graph so you can see better. That was our last official confirmed down call. For those of you who are a little bit more aggressive, let's go look at the DEW. That gave us a down call on 8/29. 2 of our major market timing calls are giving us down calls. Now, let's look at the fastest indicator we have, which is the primary wave. We're still in a down call. We've got a primary wave up today. So far, it hasn't closed. But even from the fastest indicator we have, even with these 2 out of the last 3 days moving higher, we're still in a primary wave down. So from a market timing perspective, folks, looking at trend lines, looking at the overall market, all of these things still today stem that today may be a short-term relief. Does everybody understand that? Type a 1 in the room if you understand that and you agree with it. Type a 2 in the room if you do not agree with that. All right? Type a 1 in the room if you understand and agree with it. Type a 2 in the room if you don't agree with that, which is fine. There's no real yes or no or whatever or right answer. But I need you to guys, and Ben says no. And Ben, I'm not jumping on you or for any reason or another. I'm just asking. This is us having a conversation in the room. David says, Glenn, we have a primary wave up. Well, it's not a real primary wave up, Dave, unless it closes today. Unless it closes today. Right now, intraday, we have a primary wave up. But if we don't close that way, it won't be a primary wave up. The last thing for me is to get confused. And that's why we're having this conversation right now from a market timing perspective, is I don't want you to be confused. For those of you who are not subscribers to the VectorVest software, this is why it's important for you to have, whether it's VectorVest or whatever software you're using, you need to have some semblance of what's going on in the market from a market timing perspective. to make sure that you're making the right decisions at the right times. That's what I want you guys to do, and that's what Mondays are all about, preparing you for the upcoming week. But I am going to make a deeper emphasis on Monday to talk a little bit more about market timing to get you guys prepared for the week, all right? And no matter what happens, you'll never be 5 days off of any true market timing change, all right? So that's what we look like from the market. I see the big up day. I'm telling you to just be careful. I want to let you know that I'm still trading my contras. I still have my contras. I'm taking a hit on them today. But I still think that the overall news in the market, in the overall sentiment in the market, is that we're bearish. And because of that, I'm going to take a hit today. Not everybody in this room would do that. I am. I'm just letting you know, just for transparency, that I'm doing that. All right. So that's what's going on from a market timing perspective. Let's get back and talk about some news that's moving the market. Starting with economists now expect a recession. Now expecting a recession? We're already in a recession. Why? Because we've got two quarters of GDP, 3/4 of GDP down. So yeah, we're already in a recession. Now, job losses by next year. I put up, I think it was on Wednesday when Patrick and I were on. They're anticipating losing like 175,000 jobs coming into the next quarter. It's taking a minute for the jobs to catch up to what's going on in the economy, but it's going to happen because as people start to report earnings, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because with the rising interest rates, they're not going to be able to hit what's on the bottom line. Excuse me. Is this a buy day for Contra? Not pecan prize? No. I wouldn't be buying them. I'm not going to tell you to go buy into something that you're going to start taking a loss in right away. I would, if you're not in them, I would wait for a down day to do so. Do you want to pick up Contras on the day that the market is going up and start taking a loss on them, or would you buy them? Would you rather to buy them as they're doing exactly what you want them to do, which is to go up in price? Next thing, talking about interest rates. Here's a view of interest rates over the last 40 years. A lot of people are complaining that interest rates are going up. Oh, that sucks, that sucks, that sucks. Over the last 40 years, folks, look at the difference between 1980 something or other, where we were at 15.8% inflation, to where we are now, which is at 3.8. I think the majority of the people who are in this room remember when inflation was this high. A lot of new investors in the market have no idea what that is, and they're thinking that, holy smokes, inflation is high. This is over the last 40 years. I need you guys, especially the new people in the room, new to investing, to get a full picture of what inflation, what interest rates have looked like over the last 40 years, and we're still historically low. All right. And again, that's more so for the people who are new to the market than not. Can you share the link of this graph? I can. Where did this come from? This came from Visual Cap. That's the name of the art. That's the name of the article. I don't care. Joey, I can share that, right? I'll put that in here. Paste.
Yeah.
All right. There's the article. It looks like, oh, there it is. It came up nice. All right. So there it is. That's this graph. That's this graph. I think that it's a great graph to give investors a true picture of where we are and where we've been from interest rates. We're still historically low. We're still historically low, but a lot of people are feeling the effect because, it's going up to go after inflation. So just put that up there. Here's a big story. Earnings is the engine that drives a stock market higher or stock prices higher. The earnings apocalypse has not yet materialized. Now, this is a doom and gloom story, but your Uncle Glenn has been telling you these were the last 2 quarters to start looking at earnings. Last quarter and this quarter. And I think it's going to even move over into next quarter. Banks started reporting last week. More banks are reporting this week. They were okay. They weren't gangbusters, but that was to lead off the next quarter, this quarter, the fourth quarter of earnings. We'll see what happens. Actually, it's looking at the third quarter. reports in the fourth quarter, but it's looking at the third quarter. So keep your eyes on that. And I'm a big fan of this story that the earnings picture hasn't been affected by rising interest rates just quite yet. It takes a while. It takes a while to eat a crocodile. How many of y'all remember eating crocodiles? It's like a chocolate Twinkie. Joey, you ever had a crocodile?
No, bro.
I'm telling you, it was like a chocolate covered Twinkie. It was good. Anyway, all right. So I want you guys to keep your eyes on this. All right, keep your eyes on the earnings for this quarter, going into next quarter as well. Remember when CDs and savings accounts were good investments? Yeah. Where's the money to pay for that? Why would you put your money there when the majority of the money can still be made in the stock market as compared to CDs and saving money? You remember that? I agree. All right, another story about clean cars. Stellantis debuts pure electric Jeep. A pure electric Jeep pledges new target on energy self-sufficiency. So this is the other side of the story. So they're putting out a new car, a new Jeep, but this is what's important. We've decided the appropriate investments for Stellantis is to be able, from a manufacturing standpoint in 2025, to produce 50% of our energy needs within our own sites. So the curious thing is, I was talking to a couple of my colleagues here. How are they going to do that? I'm thinking that they're going to make solar plants. They're going to have solar plants on the property to produce energy. Interesting. But I like the idea, not only creating an electric vehicle, or electric vehicles, but to produce their own energy on their own site. So I'm just curious about that. Very curious about how that's going to happen. All right, but Stellantis is coming out with a pure electric Jeep. Keep your eyes on that. After 2 years of shipping snarls, things are getting better. How many of you are investing in shipping stocks or shipping stocks like TNK or INSW or something along those lines? These companies, these shipping stocks are starting to come back into their own as they're starting to get product out of the ports. So this is another story I want you to keep your eyes on. Shipping stocks may be ready for a big bang. So keep your eyes on that. Tyrese says ASC, INSW. That's another one. PSHG. There's a few stocks out there that are really good ones. I'm going to give you 3 today. You guys know I'm still big on the commodities place right now. Cameco. Michael says, hey, Glenn, did you see Rivian trucks having to recall every vehicle? Maybe Ford buys the whole thing. I put out a story. It was on it was either on Trending Thursday or Afternoon Market Action. We talked about Rivian having to recall their vehicles. And my question was, can they survive the recall? Now, if they can't, maybe somebody like Ford really does get it, but they have their own EV space in Ford. This could now bolster that space if they go and buy Rivian. But was it when Rivian came out, doesn't Amazon and Ford both have a big stake in Rivian? Ford pulled back their stake on Rivian. It's still Amazon that's still got the big stake in Rivian. But does Ford turn around and say, forget that. We want to bolster up our EV space and just go buy Rivian? I don't know. What happened to Zim? Zim zoomed and then it zammed. That's what happened. Zim zoomed and then it zammed. You're welcome, Michael. Lots of petroleum stocks driving price action higher. Do you realize, type of 1 or a 2 in the room, do you guys realize that on every rebound that we've had or every relief rally we've had, it's been petroleum and energy? Type of 1 if you realize that. Type of 2 if you don't agree with that. But for each rally that we've had, it's been petroleum and energy. Glenn, can you sum up the 7 secrets in making money in 3 words? Yes. Really good series. Here's my 3 words. Really good series. All right. So just keep that in mind, that when we get these rallies, they're not overarching a whole bunch of stocks participating. It is really focused on one industry. That's another reason why I don't think that this is a lasting pull up. Tesla is going through some stuff right now. I still think that Tesla is a good company. But a whole lot of stuff going on with Elon Musk in regards to Twitter, which is affecting him, and Tesla, which if he's short the money to buy Twitter, he's going to have to sell more Tesla stock in order to get it. Be careful with that as well. I still think Tesla as a whole is a good company. They make money. They're a disruptor. When they came into the EV space, they disrupted the car industry. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And all the EVs are trying to catch them as the big boy. I still think Tesla is a good stock. It's just going through some stuff right now. So I do like uranium as another form of clean energy when it comes down to nuclear power. CCJ is a stock that we're going to take a look at, which is Cameco. Another commodity, natural gas. Higher heating costs are coming this winter. Natural gas has been a tough stock to play. It really, really, really has. But as we get more entrenched in the winter months, gas is going to be needed. The supply is not there the way it needs to be, especially with the UK depending on Russian natural gas. Natural gas is going to go up. All right? Keep it simple with VectorVest. Todd Schaefer, I think that's how you spell his name. That's not how you spell his name, but that's close enough. I know what you're talking about. Labor costs are driven by inflation. That's absolutely right. As inflation goes up, the price for goods and services go up. Why we are not able to make money with VectorVest nowadays? Knowles, I don't know why you're not making. All right. So now, Knowles, I'm going to put myself out there. Who's making money with VectorVest right now? Type of 1 in the room. If you're not making money with VectorVest right now, type of 2 in the room. Knowles, I'm going to put VV Nation out there. I'm going to put VV Nation out there because I'm the company guy. I'm the company guy, and I got to say, I'm making money with it. And don't get me wrong. There's going to be some 2s coming up. I totally understand that. But I want to see for the majority of the people who are VectorVest subscribers, folks, we're doing everything to keep you guys on the right side of the market at all times. So the people who are typing 2s, all right, again, I'm not coming after you. But if you're typing a 2 and you have the VectorVest system, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And whether you need to call our product support service or get with something is wrong. All right, and I'm going to go back. I'm not going to worry about the Roblox story. I'm going to go back to this graph right here. For everybody who's got the VectorVest software, who's telling me that you're not making money, these calls are on point. And I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to slow it down to the most conservative timing call, the slowest call that generates the least amount of signals. We've been in a confirmed call since 8/26 of 2022. Whether you're sitting on the sidelines, whether you're playing bearish options or shorting stocks, how are you not making money? I ask the question because we're on point with the market timing. Now, if it's like, well, I don't know what searches to use or whatever, I'm going to go to the Views tab. As a VectorVest subscriber, folks, you do realize that we put out a strategy of the week every week, which shows you how to utilize the VectorVest software to make money in the current market's conditions. Every week, we give you a strategy of the week. Every week. Michael says, when it's tough to be happy with smaller returns, it's still a return. So I wanted the question. I put the question out there because Knowles asked the question. For those of you, again, who are saying that you're not making money with VectorVest, I really invite you to call into our product support to see what it is that we can do to help you. Because I saw more 2s than I wanted to see, but they were honest answers, and I'm all for that. But we got to see what we can do to help you. When I can go to a market timing graph and say, and you tell me, well, I'm buying stocks long. Why? For the longer term investor, why? Well, I'm a trader. Okay, if you're a trader, then here's our primary wave. Here was an opportunity for the upside, downside, upside, downside. If you're more of a middle of the road investor or trader, excuse me, let's go look at the DEW. So, and we've been in a down call since 826. I can't, and I'm the company guy. I'm the company guy. So I sit back and I say, I don't know what more. All right, so let me ask this question. What more do we need to do as a subscriber? What more do we need to do? And I want to hear these answers too. What more do you think that we need to do to help you guys make money? Type it in the room. Because evidently just looking at the market timing calls that nobody times the market like we do. But just looking at the market timing calls and giving you ideas every single week. What more do we need to do as a company? What more do we need to do as a company to help you guys make money? Brian says, I also don't play contra ETFs, not comfortable with them. So Brian, in the times when the market is moving down and you're not comfortable with playing the market to the downside, I need you to understand two things. You need to either sit on the sidelines or realize that stocks go down a lot faster than they go up. Mark says, spoon feed us guaranteed winners every day. That's not realistic, even though I love you to death, Mark. All right. I am new, so I need to learn to use the software. Peter, I'm going to take you somewhere. I'm going to go to the welcome tab. You want to learn how to use every little bit of the, go to the training tab. I've got a series out there called the Navigational Training Series. Takes you through each and every piece of the software. You want to learn how to use each and every tab in the software? That's a good place to be. Predicting for future better or next day. Sing. We don't predict. We keep everybody on the right side of the market. That's what we do as a company. We don't try to predict which way the market is going to go. We keep you on the right side of the market. Michael says, lots of new customers, subscribers, back to the basics. We try to do that as well. Send an email with a play-by-play idea like Trade Idea does. Nope. What we're not, one, we're not Trade Ideas. Two, we're different than everybody else out there. And three, if we give you that and it doesn't work, you'll still be pissed off at us. We want you guys to make the right decisions for you. We don't want to say, go do this, go do it. We want you to learn how to use your own individuality in the software. All right. VectorVest educates us and gives us the tools. It's up to us to know what type of investor we are and how to use the signals which work for both sides. And again, I'm just stop singing in the jockey club. That would help a lot. That's for you, Kevin. And then what else is for you?
Kevin, people feel like you. A lot more people do.
Say again?
A lot more people feel like Kevin does.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't, because you don't see my chat when I have the jockey club, so you don't know. You're just talking because you don't know. You so don't know. All right, but I put that up there.
I'm gonna pin that for you, Kevin.
All right, no, I'm gonna unpin that. I'm gonna learn how to unpin that. Oh, I can do that. I can. Good. I think I did. I unpinned it. All right. I like this. Jenny says, can I ask the people who are making money what strategy they are using? And again, you know something? VV Nation, reach out to somebody who's not a subscriber. Like Jenny, or who is a subscriber and needs help. Reach out to her. Tell her, talk to the people in the room in regards to what they're doing. All right. With all of that, I am glad that we got a conversation going in this chat, because I think it's important. I think it's important that we educate you, but I want you guys, to help the other people in here, like Knowles or like Jenny, to better use the software. All right. So, and Jenny says they are a subscriber. All right. So, and that's fine. That's fine. But I talk to her. I'm going to say her because of the name. I may not be a her, but I am saying her by way of the name. So, Jenny, look at the chat. All right, look at the chat. Hush up, Kevin. We need Glenn to keep it light and fun. If we have to endure his singing, so be it. Thank you, Mark. I like that. So, Jenny, hopefully you're getting some ideas from the people who are subscribers to the software. All right, Let's talk about the big news. We talked about some of those stocks up there, stocks that are making the news. I'm giving you 3 shipping companies, INSW, Grin, and TK Tankers, all nicely up today. Here's the Stellantis story about the Jeep, but being able to generate their own energy. MasterCard, there was a story about MasterCard giving access to their people on better usage of Bitcoin. I don't know why the story wasn't up there, but I've got that. I keep hearing more and more about Bitcoin. I think it's because it's been so hammered that people are trying to do whatever they can to try to push it up higher. We'll see. Here's my chemical for uranium. And then I've got Boyle for natural gas. Let's go take a look at these stocks. So when you guys say you want more stocks to be spoon fed, do you know in my live streams, a lot of times I'm spoon feeding you some stocks? Do you guys realize that? Type of 1 in the room. I do spoon feed you some stocks to keep your eyes on, to at least keep your eyes on, but I still leave it up to you to make the right decisions of when you want to get into them. But I do spoon feed you stocks in both of my live streams, whether it's on Monday or on Thursday, every week. For anybody, I know that was Mark saying that, but I do go down that path of giving you some stock ideas every week. INSW, rocking and rolling. Bottom left, top right. This is looking over the last 3 months. Grin, not as smooth a graph, but definitely bottom left, top right. These shipping companies, how about TNK? Fell, now rebounding as the industry is moving. I'd like to see it take out that high before you go. That's 3 good companies. Now, Stellantis, stock has been smoked. Is the news of the Jeep, of the electric Jeep, going to be good for it and them generating their own energy? We'll see. I'd be careful with this. It did break through a downtrend, though. If I connected the highs, look at that. It did break through the downtrend. Might be something to keep your eyes on. MasterCard has been hit. A lot of people are using their credit cards in this time of recession. The Bitcoin side of it, I don't know. I'm not sure if I feel it. Now, even with uranium, how about starting to fade the gap that happened here a few days ago? Nice open candle today. It's in a downtrend. Be careful with that. I still think that uranium has got a ways to go. Roblox picked up more subscribers. I like the move. This was news-driven. This is straight-up news-driven. And natural gas, still a tough place to be, but I'm preparing you. It's going to be something that's going to take off. It should be something that takes off in the winter. And then Bitcoin, look at that. Look at the big wick on that candle right there. Let me move this over some more. Look at the big wick on that candle right there. Bitcoin is still under a lot of selling pressure, a lot of give back on that BTCS today. All right. So that's the big news. Earnings this week. I got spoon-fed CTRM, TNXP, XROF. There you go. CTRM was good at one point. It ain't so good no more. I still like CTRM as a shipping company. It's a low dollar stock that's got good upside. TNXP, I did like it. I still do like it. XROF. So, Mark, what are you telling me? You telling me that we suck? Glenn, spoon feed stocks and give you bacon recipes too. What else do you want? Tourmaline, a natural gas play. That may not. Natural gas is, I think, a stock that is a playable stock right now. Where is Kramer? I don't know where Kramer is. Oh, no, you didn't, Cigar says. All right. So, earnings this week. I wanted to see which ones were moving up the most. Tesla reports this week. Gold, Netflix, a lot of big companies. I got 23 companies that are here. Stocks to keep your eyes on. When I'm looking at stocks that are reporting for earnings, I want to sort by relative safety. Those are the companies that have the higher probability of meeting or exceeding earnings. Now, as we get into quarter 3 and 4 for reporting, it's not that they're just reporting earnings. The other side of it is forward guidance. Based on rising interest, forward guidance may not be as good as we might want to have. So that's going to affect earnings. A lot of companies may meet or exceed their earnings expectations, but the forward guidance may push the stock's price lower. All right, so a lot of companies reporting this week, or some of these have already reported. Fastest industries. Let's go see what the fastest industry is. Let's go to where is that? Delta Searches Industries. Let's see what's on the rise over the last 5 days, last 10 days. So machine tools, tobacco. Look at that. Machine tools, tobacco, petroleum integrated, not retail computers, really not drug. Let's go look at machine tools. Let me see if I can get you some stocks to keep your eyes on. So this is an industry which was positive over the last 10 days and got even more positive now. If I'm looking at some stocks, let me go see if I can spoon feed you a couple of more stocks. Let's go take a look. Put these on a 1 month graph. What's moving? Ooh, look at this. Epoch. This is Tupac's cousin. I'm gonna give myself crickets. All right. Last month, stocks moving up, hitting a new 1 month high today. A little bit of a pullback. Earnings per share positive. Earnings growth is not here. Add parameter. Hold on. GRT. Earnings growth is 9%. It's trading at $21. I do like that. I don't like that it's overvalued though. Positive earnings. I'm going to put on a different graph layout. See if I can find one. Not tech, not trade. Let's go swing. All right, now I can see a little bit better. It is above the 20-day exponential moving average. Was sitting in a channel like the rising earnings. May not be a bad stock in the industry that's hot. Leco. I do like the rising earnings per share. Stock is about to cross above a level of 20-day exponential moving average and broke through a level of resistance. I'd keep my eye on that. It's trading $126. And another stock, KMT, above the 20-day. Watch the earnings, though. The industry is probably pulling this stock higher. I'm not feeling the earnings, though. All right, so the whole idea was to see what industries were on the rise. I do like machine tools. I do like, I always like petroleum anyway, but personal tobacco. Where's the mouse? Personal tobacco. Let's view the stocks in that group. All right. How many stocks? 11. Let's go take a look at these graphs real quick. Put these on a 1 month graph. Ooh, look at that. VGR Vector. I don't like the earnings though. I don't like the earnings. So the industry may be rising, but the earnings on these stocks, MO, is above the 20-day. Earnings is higher than it was a month ago, but the past 2 days, stocks moving down. BTI, like the rising earnings, just went above the 20-day. I would keep my eye on that. I'm not feeling that because of earnings. No, because of earnings. Now because it's not trading. I do like the earnings, but it's below the 20-day. I don't like the earnings. So the cool thing about what I just did is even though the industries are rising, I'm making a better decision on the stocks that I like. Remember to hit the like button, please. Thank you, Tyree. I appreciate that. Roblox is speculation after Iranian drones are used in Ukrainian war. There was a story that I had on Roblox, but I pulled back on it. We are very hungry. Please feed us. I'm feeding you. All right, let's go to my next viewers. Industry ETFs. Where's the money going today? Let's see where the money's going today. All right. Gold Cross says, as always, Glenn, your awesomeness is outstanding. Cheers. Hey, Joey, I want to pin that. How the hell do I pin that? I don't know how to pin that. I do. Hold on. I'm going to pin that. Because Joey, here we go. I'm going to pin that. Did it work? I don't know if it worked. Oh, it did work. Way to go. I learned how to do it all by myself. All right. Thank you for that, Gold Cross. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. What's up, JDT? All right. Where's the money going today? Joey, you just released a monster. Look at that. Uranium is up 5.43%. Gold miners up 4%. Real estate rebounding up 3%. Lithium, look at that. Out of my 4 commodities, 3 out of the 4 on the rise today. Lithium, gold, miners, and uranium. How about that? But Glenn has just been keeping you on track with just keeping your eyes on that. And copper's moving. Today is uranium day. Today is a commodities day. So we see where the money's going. Maria says, you're so vain. What? All right, fine. I'm going to unpin that. I am so not vain. Wow, that hurts my feelings. Do you guys think I'm vain? I'm going to take that and put that out there. Do you guys think I'm vain type of 1? If you don't think I'm vain, type of 2.
A 1?
How many do you
Just want
guys
one
think I'm
one or
vain?
2 ones or just
Whatever.
one should I put?
Do you? That's just you, Joey. Do you think I'm vain? Type of one. If you don't think I'm vain, type of two. WTI, winner 1957. My favorite oil and gas stock for me right now, I think, is WTI. You guys think I'm vain for real? Wow. All right. I'm gonna come out. Nah, I'm gonna come out here and go, hello, my name is Glenn. This is the stock market. I don't even like myself.
They didn't say you were depressed. They
No.
said you were vain.
Oh my gosh, you guys really think I'm vain. That's messed up. All right. So we know where the money's going. I'm going to give you some speculative plays. Let's get this going. Let's get you some speculative plays. How many of you are speculators? How many of you are speculators? All right, I got 5 speculations for you. Normally on the speculative plays, relative value, the fundamentals are not good, but relative timing is good. All right, so short-term plays, let me go look at my speculative plays from last week. Let's go do that. See if you guys pay attention to some of these plays, see if they worked out for you. I had 9 last week. I had 9 of them last week. Let's do a quick test of the 9 that I gave you last week. All right, to see how many of them worked out. Hey, we made a little bit of money. How about out of the 9, 7 out of the 9 made money? All right, all speculative plays, 7 out of 9. One of them did poopy, went down almost 15%, but steady moves on a lot of the other ones over the last week. Let's see which ones I got for you today. Let's go stream these. Let's see which ones I got for you today. Let's graph them all. Again, all of these, put this on a 1-month graph, all of these have not good fundamentals, no good fundamentals, but RT is showing me that they're rising. I'm not feeling that, even though it fits the mold. This is moving sideways. It is above my 20-day. Actually, because these are speculative plays, let's go put on the 3 and the 8. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm feeling that one. It fits the mold, but I'm not feeling that one. Ooh, CCXI. Bottom left, top right, 3-8. RT falling a little bit, but still above 1. Volume is pretty steady, even though it's not above. May not be a bad play. FTI, a petroleum play. The 3 and the 8 are bouncing around, but still giving you positive, even on the down days. The 3 and the 8 are still good. Something to keep your eyes on. What's this one? WFRD, another petroleum. The 3 is below the 8 right now, even though it fits the mold. I'm not thinking that I'm feeling it right now. DCGO, same thing. The 3 and the 8 are close. They haven't gone bearish on a end of day basis. So those are my 5 speculative stocks. Let's go see what the big movers are doing. These are stocks that are above 10% today. Let's go see if they still, look at this. These are my big movers today. Let's go see if they still got anything in the tank. Let's go see if they got, that's all new. Oh, they got bought. Something tells me they probably got bought. Anybody got news on LFG? Something tells me they got bought. Because when I looked at the intraday graph, intraday 1-minute bars, current day, something tells me this company got bought. That's why it moved up. If anybody can back me up on it, it'd be greatly appreciated. Glenn does not answer when we question. Does someone moderate? Glenn does not. Oh, I answered them verbally. If somebody's answering them in the background, I've got a couple of moderators in here. I got Boston is here. Joey will answer every so often, but when I look at your questions, I answer your questions. He says no one of us made money. What are you talking about, Niles? I am with a group of friends using VectorVest for 7 years. No, none of us made money. Sums up with your group. I'm thinking, and again, when I asked the group, when I asked the people in the room, they've made money, you saw what the response was? If none of y'all are making money, man, that's why I asked the question, what more do we need to do, Niles? I'm really curious of what your answer is. What more do we need to do? We give you the market timing. We give you the daily color guard report every night. We give you the market timing every Friday. We give you a strategy of the week to look at. We've got webcasts out the yin yang about a lot of different. We got this YouTube channel where we talk. What Niles? And you know something? Send me an email. Send me an email to Glenn T, GLENNT @VectorVest.com. I want to hear what you got to say. If you're telling me that you've got a group that's been together for 7 years and not one of y'all are making money, I don't know. I can't fathom why that's the case. All right. And there you go. Lou says, Knowles, look for some of the comments directed to you from now on. Glenn is busy, is busy saying. I'm not saying. I want to hear some of that stuff. Why? How can you say that you're not making money, even if you're sitting on the sidelines? I don't know. All right. I forget what I was even doing right now. What was I doing? Oh, today's big movers. All right, let me graph these again. Put these on a 1 month graph. These are all news driven. CLNE, utility gas, 3-8 cross, a little bit of a wick at the top, above average volume. Something to keep your eyes on. It is moving today. INPX, a little bit of give back. Big volume, probably news driven today as well. I like this one. GLT coming off a level of support. Nice open candle. I'd like to see the 3-8 cross on this. This could be the beginning of a stock moving. All right. This may be the beginning of a stock moving. There is one guy on the daily color guard that actually sets up what to look for next week and the next day for more of that. There is one guy. Who's the guy on the color guard that does that? I think we all sort of kind of do that, right? I think we all sort of kind of do that when we do the recap of what's going on in the market. I think we do, Brian. I think we do. Fireblazer says, I still have not made money, just covered call options, which was the suggested strategy. Okay, I got you. Oh, it was Jim Penna. He doesn't give you. He's working on the day after next data. He's working on that. I think that everyone have to become not afraid of playing the market to the downside. And you know something, that may not be a bad idea, but a lot of people are not comfortable playing the market to the downside. Keep in mind that the markets will move faster. Stocks lose money faster than make money. All right, so what else? I do like this GLT. Keep your eyes on that stock. And Roblox, nice jump up today. Very good open candle. Very little wick at the top. I like that as going forward as well. Biotech stocks. I do give you stocks to keep your eyes on from biotech stage 3 stuff that's going on. Let me go graph all of these real quick. These are stocks that I definitely want you to keep your eyes on. Time to moves on them. But they do have catalyst information coming out. The ones that are moving down today, again, these are stocks for you to keep your eyes on based on catalyst news. Nice open candle on ARDX, 3-8 just crossed. But again, all of these stocks have some catalyst news behind them. All right, all I want you to do, if nothing else, just keep your eyes on them and get into them possibly at the right time. What else? Daily, I do give day trading picks too. We are losing money faster than we're making money. I got to talk to some people here in regards to how to address this, because I'm a big believer. I've made a lot of money with the VectorVest software, but I have because I have an understanding. And I'll be the first to say, if you're still struggling with learning how to use the software, I can understand that from the perspective of not currently making money. I can understand that. So then it comes back down to, let's start from the basics. Do you know how the VectorVest software works? Do you know what to, for those of you who tell me that you're not making money, have you taken all of the stocks that you own and put them into a watch list and let the VectorVest software start from right there? That's what I call getting back to the basics. For everyone in here who's not making money, have you put the stocks that you own into a watch list and analyze them? I think that if you start off from that perspective and you look and go, holy smokes, I'm in some not so good stocks. But that's what I think it's got to start. It's got to start from there and understanding how our indicators work and finding the stocks that fit your investment style. All right, so I'll put that up there. I will put that up there. Karen says, I think people are just tired of this long downturn and losing hope. Mr. Stan Heller showed us data that this is true and our emotions are running tired. Listen, and when we just had our most recent event, I was speaking to the CEO of our company, Linda Roya, And in just looking at the numbers of people partaking in the market, as the market goes down, less people partake. And the first thing that I say when that happens is that you need a software, whether it's VectorVest or whatever, you need a tool that's going to help you to get back in at the right time. That's the important thing, because you won't know. Well, how will you know? I'll listen to what the scuttlebutt is on the street. It's time to get back in the stocks. Okay, I'm going to get back in the stocks. By that time, you missed a great opportunity to be buying off of a bottom. This is the time, and I'm going to say this. This is the time that tries men's souls. That's a saying that's out there. The problem is having the patience. The problem is getting the frustration of watching your portfolios go down. For everybody out there who's telling me that they're not making money in the market, again, the first thing I'm going to tell you is to build a watch list of your stocks. Look at how we rank them. Look how we analyze them. Learn to weed the garden. When the time is right, you'll pick up new stocks. Go look at the stock viewer. All right, and these are steps. I'm giving you steps. You want steps to turn this around? I'm giving you steps right now. Build a watch list of the stocks that you own. Analyze them with VectorVest. The stocks that are not doing what you want them to do, you need to weed that garden. When the market is right, when the market timing tells you it's okay to buy stocks, go to the stock viewer. Look at the top ranked VST stocks in the software. That's a good place to start. Folks, that is the basics. Analyze the stocks that you have. Get rid of the stocks that are not doing what you want them to do. From a market timing perspective, look for the right market timing. Go to the stock viewer. That is as basic. That is as basic as I can get for everybody and anybody out there telling me you're not making money. That's as basic as I can get. Now, guess what? When I start throwing more of me into the mix, it gets a little muddled. But as I learn to go through and learn the software, I'm less muddled because I'm more focused on what I'm trying to accomplish. Jenny is right. The Successful Investor course is a great way to turn around if you're not making money. So I think that we put out too much great information for a group to say that they're not making money. And if that's the case, man, I need to know what we can do to change that around. But if nothing else, I've given you some basic steps to start to turn it around. And that goes for you, Knowles, and your group. That goes for you, Fireblazer, and if you're in a group. Analyze the stocks. You're going to hear what you don't want to hear, but the stuff that you need to hear on the stocks that you own. Because a lot of times we get into those stocks and you go, VectorVest doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm keeping that stock. And then when it goes down and down and down, you're going to bitch, moan, and complain and say, I'm not making money. Use the software, folks. Use the software. All right. Glenn, what does everyone saying that they're not making money, what is their stock? There's a lot of things that go along with that, as opposed to just, I gave you the real basics. All right. Analyzing your stocks, weeding the garden, and looking at the stock viewer to go find stocks. Then we get into stops. Then we get into what stocks to look at. There's a lot more, but that's the basics of stuff that I got to do. Glenn, you have helped me turn my portfolio around. I was getting killed. I started using some of your watch lists. Again, I'm not just Canadian, but to include international stocks as well. And Joey and I talked about trying to do that. We did talk about doing that, and then it falls through the cracks. We never do it, but it's something I've been trying to think about doing. Peter says, I think the first thing is to learn the software, then buy the investor course. All right, so for anybody who out there is telling me that they're not making money, hopefully you're listening to some of the people who are making money in the software out there. Hopefully you just listen to my little tirade about getting back to the basics. And actually, Joey, put me in. I'm done. Listen, today was a telling day. I like to be able to be in a position to listen to people. And today I tried to do just that. All right. Null's Fireblazer. If nothing else, for anybody who typed a 2 in the room, do you at least felt like you will listen to today? Type a 1 or a 2 in the room. All right, 1 if you felt so, 2 if you just thought I was just bloviating. But do you at least felt like you were listened to? I asked the question. And in asking the question, I wanted to hear what you had to say. And I wanted to address it the best way that I could. So what did you look for in the tanker stocks? Which ones were moving up the fastest, Ryan? All right, if the industry is moving, I wanted to at least look at the fastest ones. Good. I'm glad that you guys at least felt listened to. I think that it's important. Our channel is for you, but sometimes it takes me off of my course, and I'm okay with that. I had other stuff to show, but I'm okay with that. I wanted to address that whole idea of anybody. Now, am I ever going to ask the question and find that every single person is making money? I'm probably never going to find that. But I had a lot more people typing in the room that they were not making money, that I wanted to at least address them. Folks, we provide you with a lot of information to help you to make money. Maybe disseminating through it can be confusing. Fine. The real super basics. Build a watch list. Let VectorVest analyze those stocks. Some of those stocks you're holding are crap. Get over it. They're taking your portfolio down. Stop investing with emotion. Use the analytics that the software has. Look at market timing. Determine what type of investor you are and which market timing best fits you. We got a lot of searches in the software. When it comes time to buy stocks, my first inclination to you, look at the top-ranked VST stocks. They're top-ranked VST stocks for a reason. You go through that path, folks, at least that's a way to get started. What symbols in lithium? I'm going to look at SGML. There's one. If you're going to play the whole space, look at LIT. There's a few stocks. I've done a couple of videos on lithium stocks, PCAM. You need, for any of you who are just looking at the live streams and not looking at the content on our YouTube channel, please do that. Please do that. There's a lot of great content on what's going on in the market at any given time. We make content pertinent for that. Please, please, please do that. What is your perspective on real estate right now? I still think that with high rates, mortgage rates, that people are not buying up real estate. I'm still in DRV playing real estate to the downside as an ETF. So, as good as VectorVest is, one of the best, there is no crystal ball which I think, Bruce, I think that most people realize that that's unrealistic. All right. I can't tell you what's going to happen the next day. I never tried to. I never tried to guess it. Every time you outguess the market, what does the market do to you each and every time? Type it in the room. You've heard me say it on more than one occasion. What does the market do to you each and every time you try to outguess the market? Type it in the room. All right, type it in the room. What happens each and every time you try to outguess the market? It has a way of humbling. Absolutely right, folks. Absolutely right. For those of you who are not making money, stop trying to go against the market. Stop trying to go against what the analysis is giving you. All right? That's my opinion. Knowles, I hope to see an email from you. All right, folks, I'm done for the day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the awesome conversation today. This was an awesome conversation day, and I'm glad I took the opportunity to at least listen. I'm the company guy, and I'm glad a lot of VV Nation stepped up. All right, that was awesome as well. Wow, thank you, Salt Shaker. That was awesome. Thank you, my friend. We got a nice $10 super chat. That is awesome. Thank you, Salt Shaker. I appreciate that. I totally appreciate it. All right, so with that, I'm done for today, folks. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Still praying for the peeps in Florida. Bom dia. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.